Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. I'm your host, Admir Sandel. In a recent interview, I heard Banyazal Sufi, talking about the interest of Gauteng and how it needs to be protected, talking about the problems of coalition governance, talking about these multi-party moonshot pact being organized by the DA, talking about issues of service delivery, especially in Gauteng, talking about his future in the ANC, and things like that. So it was a very interesting conversation, and he was very open about it. He answered questions directly, and it sounds like someone who is very ready to give Gauteng all his life. He's ready to put his life on the line for the benefits of the people of Gauteng as premier and as a leader in Gauteng. He wants to change the situation around. So he was speaking about many issues, issues that are general, issues that are real, issues that we face every day, in our daily lives. So it was a very interesting conversation. He was asked about his ambitions as an ANC politician, and he put it out there that he is not ready to go and serve in national government. He wants to focus in Gauteng. He wants to change Gauteng to be the better. He wants to see a Gauteng that is brought back to what it was supposed to, or what it used to. A Gauteng of job creation, a Gauteng of business opportunities, a Gauteng of quality education and things like that. So it was very interesting, and I am convinced that Banyazal Sufi has no match when it comes to rendering services, for example, especially in provincial government. He has proven this in a component of education when he was an MEC. We all applauded him, and Gauteng was the best under his administration. And given a task to take it to provincial level, he is even proving to be a credible one. And I think afforded an opportunity to start on a clean slate in 2024 is going to give us the best of the best. And I think he is a good leader, and he should be afforded a space to operate. So he was complaining about the way political parties, especially opposition parties, do not understand co-governance. But in the public, they claim to they convince people that this is where South Africa is heading, saying that it's a danger because it is something which cannot be maintained for a long time. It's a relationship which is full of threats, it's full of bullying and things like that. Giving an example about Dr. Tsago of the EFF, that these people are supposed to respect him since the ANC and EFF are co-governing and other political parties in Johannesburg. But he is being intimidated, he is being disrespected by people who are co-governing with the political party that he belongs to. So he asks himself that what type of leadership is that? And every time, whenever there's a motion, whenever there's supposed to be some agreements, they threaten them of withdrawing their votes and things like that. So he's saying that this is something which cannot be consistent, and it shouldn't be supported. That it states that political parties must grow and be voted for to lead alone, because when things seem stable, another political party will withdraw their votes and support for this particular mayor or MMC and things like that. He gave an example that there were some by-elections, and a particular political party that they didn't mention asked the ANC to buy them posters to go and mobilize. And then he asked them, what type of leadership is that where another political party expects the ANC to give them equipment to go and mobilize and contest it in the world? So it says that it is embarrassing, and it states that it seems like these opposition parties, are not ready to co-govern. So other than that, he spoke about the economy of Gauteng, the way it needs to be revived, his contributions into that in terms of job creation, in terms of business opportunities. He spoke a lot about creating a mutual relationship with companies, attracting investment and things like that. So he is a person who has been tried and tested, especially in provincial level. We all know where he comes from. We all know his active involvement in politics, in the politics of South Africa and things like that. So as a person who wants to continue to be Premier of Gauteng in the next term, I think he should be afforded that opportunity where he leads, undisturbed. But for this to happen, the ANC must just perform. The ANC must perform in Gauteng. The ANC must perform at national level and make sure that they deliver him as Premier of Gauteng. We understand that the EFF has Dunga. We understand that political parties like the Action SA, if they can emerge victorious in Gauteng, they're going to give us Hemed Mashaba, things like that. Bosa, if they emerge victorious in Gauteng, which is not likely, they might give us their leader, Mosmaiman, and things like that. The DA will also give us their chairperson of Gauteng. So compared to these guys, I think in terms of qualities, in terms of leadership, Panyaza is the best. Panyaza is the best, and he tries all the means with the resources available to try and render services to the people. He was complaining about how a DA-run municipality destroyed all the little things that was left under such municipality. For example, was complaining about stadiums and other infrastructures in Ekurhuleni, that under the DA leadership, they destroyed everything. They didn't maintain anything. So he was alerting the people that these are some of the things that we must be careful of before we give such political parties a chance to lead or to govern. He was asked, for example, when working with the Baloyi of Shiluba political party, and then he said that guy is a good leader, and he suggests he should at least leave that organization, disband it, and come join the ANC where they will work. He spoke about his qualities as a leader and things like that, to acknowledge his existence in the political space, and that he should join the ANC and they must work. So he's someone who's very open, and he doesn't dive around. Whenever asked a question, he answers it directly. And he has his convictions when it comes to strongly the problem of co-governance, the problem of coalitions, where he mentions things like threats, disrespect, dishonesty, and bullying that exists, that comes from these opposition parties with numbers, especially in municipalities where they have to always discuss and negotiate about positions and things like that. So the ANC in Gauteng, I think, is under good leadership. But we know about the sabotage that is happening on the expense of the poor. Because when opposition parties are afforded an opportunity by the people to go and represent them, and then they go there to represent their agenda, it becomes a problem. I don't think there's a political party that is voted for to go and just oppose everything forever. All these political parties, when people vote for them, they want them to go and govern. And if the numbers do not agree with that, and they're expected to co-govern with those that are also there. So when a political party like the DA goes in to oppose everything, goes in to bully everyone, they go in to destroy infrastructure and not maintain anything that has already been there, and not build nothing. So it's bad, and we should be careful of such political parties in 2024. I believe that they shouldn't be given a chance anywhere, including in the Western Cape. So we know that there were some complaints from political parties like the Patriotic Alliance, who had Kenny Kunene, speaking about how the DA wants things to be run in where they co-govern, that they are very intimidating, and then they don't take any other political party serious. They don't take the opposition parties serious, and they want to take everything wherever they govern. They want to be the mayor. They want the mayor to come from the political party. They want nothing to hear about opposition parties who are there who are supposed to co-govern with them. So these are some of the things that even Panyaza mentioned, talking about where the DA used to run and the mess that they have caused. So saying that we should open our eyes and see the DA of what it is. So these are some of the things that he covered. But what convinces me that this guy is the best is when I look around, when I look other opposition parties, they can't contest Panyaza. I understand that when people vote, they vote with emotions and not reasoning. So when people vote with emotions, they are angry at the ANC, and then we don't look at the leaders that the ANC is giving us. So I think these leaders should be compared. If the ANC unveils all its candidates for premiers in all these provinces, we should compare these premiers with the other premiers from other opposition parties, and we should vote with such conscience, where we compare and see that between Panyaza and Musimaiman, in terms of provincial leadership, who can we trust with our votes in provincial level? And then we vote like that. We go to Cape Town and check between this one and that one of the ANC, DA, PA, AFF, IFP, and things like that, UDM. Who can we vote for? So, and we understand that the president has such powers to decide who can be premier where. And we might see a lot of differences, especially in these small political parties, opposition parties, where even if they might emerge victorious in particular provinces or in certain provinces, the president of such political parties might deploy someone who is not a chairperson in that province to go and become a premier, or they might become premier themselves. So it's something that is expected, but culturally it's supposed to be a chairperson and things like that. So Panyaza, compared to the others in Gauteng, I think is the best. I think is the best, and maybe he hides his ambitions, but when it comes to being deployed to national, to go and serve as minister, deputy, or member of parliament and things like that, he says that he's not ready. He feels like he's still young, which is something that I don't agree with him. I think he should be tried and tested, as a minister, so that he can prepare to be president one day. I think he has qualities to even lead the ANC, but he says that he wants to give others a chance, and the generation that came before him should be given a chance to assume such duties, which is something that I don't agree, because it means that he still wants those elders to continue to be in charge of the ANC, and that summarily means that they will be in charge of these ministries and national level governance. And this is going to give us pensioners to continue to run South Africa. I think he is one of the people who should be challenging such positions, the succession plan of the ANC, that young people should take over and lead and drive this mighty ruling party. But other than that, focusing on Gauteng, looking at his initiatives, his solutions to the problem of electricity, his ideas when it comes to that, I think they make sense. Looking at job creation, they came with a recruitment drive where they train people to install solar panels, and it is where technology is taking us. A place, the future of alternative solutions to everything. So if training people to be readily available to execute such duties, I think it's a good thing, it's a good initiative, although he has been accused of redirecting provincial funds to campaign for the ANC. But I think he's doing a great job. I mean, he's creating job opportunities, although the EFF accuses him of only employing ANC youth and things like that. But they are also people. Even Malema says He says it himself that he's going to use his own dogs to hunt, which means the people who is going to employ are those of the EFF first, and then the rest will come after. So it seems like it's a culture of the ANC and anyone that comes from that political party to consider their people first and then the country after. So he has created, for example, Amapanyaza, saying that he knows, he's aware of all the accusations labeled against him, and it's just that people have been ignorant. He says that there's no way that a structure like that can be allowed to be on the streets of Gauteng without consultation, without proper planning and things like that. I mean, I'm one of the people who did not understand what is it that informed him not to push capacitation of metro police and things like that, but to come up with crime prevention wardens who earns peanuts. I mean, their salary is not enough. Their basic is not enough. And these are the people who are going to be involved in corruption not so long, because you cannot be assigned on the streets to prevent crime. Sometimes crime that involves millions of rands while you are earning peanuts. You'll be tempted to let it go for a certain piece of cake. So these are some of the things which I think they didn't consider because they wanted to create more jobs. I also heard this from the EFF MMC for public safety in Johannesburg, Dr. Ntsago, saying that they have to create, they must cut the budget of the metro police, divide it into 2 or 3 and create more jobs. I mean, that is nonsense. Doesn't make sense and it shouldn't be allowed. When they want to create jobs, they must create jobs that are sustainable, and then they must make sure that when they put people on risk, like the crime prevention wardens, these people should be paid salaries that are equivalent to their scope of work. We see crime prevention wardens more visible than the SAPS, but the SAPS is earning more than them. What does that mean? So they have been compromised. Black people have been compromised in the name of job creation. And that is why it results in other opposition parties accusing him of abusing provincial funds to campaign for the ANC through Amapanyaza. So I think this is something that he must come clear about or clear on and make sure that everyone understands and moves with him. But other than that, Panyaza is a good one. He's a good leader, very calm, very attentive to details. Even political parties are jealous of him when he is readily available to address the problems faced by Gauteng. We've seen him in all these major incidents that transpired. For example, in Johannesburg, the Joburg fire, he was there. He addressed the media. He was there. And he challenged those who works in the municipality, those who say that that is their jurisdiction and he shouldn't have interfered. So he challenged them because had he not went there, they were going to drag, they were going to relax. Even today, I mean, he went there, but still, I don't see any changes. I don't see the municipality or the Metro of Johannesburg coming up with solutions to fix the problem of hijacked buildings and things like that. Even when the Bree Street burst, he was there. He came to address the people, and still opposition parties complain that he loves the media, is a darling of the media. There's no solution that is going to give, but he attended that unfortunate event and he was there for his people. So it's a good one. I mean, not all politicians are readily available whenever there are problems. They come after the fact. So I think it deserves a chance. It deserves a chance, and it is unfortunate that it comes from the ANC, but he's a good leader and he should be afforded an opportunity to start on a clean slate in 2024. This is Authentic Info Podcast. These are just my views. Let's engage on the comment section. Let us grow together. I thank all the new subscribers. I thank you all. And please share, subscribe. Those who haven't subscribed, let us subscribe. Let us grow together. Subscribe. Thank you.